Murders and shootings are now skyrocketing in Baltimore. The violence spiking just weeks after the arrest and death of Freddie Gray sparked riots in the city. 6 police officers under indictment, and now Baltimore Police Commissioner Anthony Batts explaining why some officers say they are confused about how to do their jobs.
They also want to know if, they've said this to me, so repeating them is if I get out of my car and I make a stop for reasonable suspicion, articulable reasonable suspicion that leads to probable cause, but I make a mistake on it, will I be arrested for it? They've asked if they pull up to a scene where another officer has done something that they don't know that may be illegal, will they be arrested for it? And so not taking sides on this, those are things that they're asking.
And the on-the-record legal panel joins us former homicide detective and criminal defense attorney Ted Williams and former prosecutor Katie Phang. Ted, the cops, they're feeling intimidated, nervous, on edge because there's been such a backlash against so many of them. Yeah,
you know, it's chilling when a police officer asks, will I be arrested for doing my job? What has happened here is, in police work, you have to be reactive and proactive. And what you're finding is more police officers now are being reactive, meaning only they're doing is the bottom line of what they're supposed to do in their jobs. And the sad part about it is the crooks are winning. The bad guys out on the street winning. They see what's going on between the administration and police officers.
Katie, I don't think you can absolve the state's attorney Mosby of any responsibility in this because the prosecutor works side by side the police officer in 99.9% of the cases. The tiny piece is when a police officer is charged with something. But you know, she should be making the police feel safe and secure in executing their jobs.
She's shooting herself in her own foot. I think it's fair to say that the state attorney, Marilyn Mosby, through the actions by indicting those officers and arresting them and prosecuting them, she's created a culture of fear. If you think about it, these officers are now looking at their situation when they go into the streets and they're facing violent criminals, and they're asking themselves, am I damned if I do, if I'm damned if I don't? And so now you have a fear on the side of the community saying, homicides, 36 homicides in 1 month, while arrests are down 56% in 1 month. So think about that. Are they going to be able to do an effective policing job? And frankly, the community says we used to have over-policing, but now we have none. So where's the happy medium? And interestingly so, Marilyn Mosby keeping her mouth shut right now and not saying anything.
Katie, let's try to understand. Once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't put it back. There is absolutely no way that law enforcement officers is going to trust that administration in Baltimore now, unfortunately.
Well, you know what I think, Katie, what the problem with Mosby, the state's attorney, is that, look, she's supposed to prosecute crime. She's supposed to call them as she sees them, but she wasn't. But that last statement that she added to her announcement was not like, these are the facts. This was, I'm taking a side. And that sent a horrible message to the police officers that she wasn't there as sort of the independent prosecutor, but that she was taking sides.
It's that fair and impartial idea that's supposed to exist for everyone, including law enforcement, and you're absolutely right. By actually advocating for a particular segment of the community at large, she has basically sent the message to the law enforcement. Remember, it's law and order. They're supposed to work together. She sent a message to law enforcement, you're on your own, so you better figure out what you're doing on your own because I'm watching you. And listen, they have to be vigilant and they have to do the right thing, but when the top cop is what they call state's attorneys all the time, if the top cop's not looking out for them, what are they supposed to do?
There's just absolutely no confidence in this young woman and the manner in which she's conducted this investigation. There are good police officers, there are bad police officers, and bad police officers should go down. But should good police officers go down just because you want to appease the community? That's unfortunate. It should not happen.
Which is why it's so incumbent upon a state's attorney to just stick to the facts and leave the editorializing where she states her side out of the mix.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, she did not do that.
Ted and Katie, thank you both.